Hello there.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Lówó ṣe ń lọ ní máyé dá wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀tẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe àní máyé kú máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Ayékún dáyàrí pòlítíkò.
Thank you so much for joining me. Please read beyond the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast. Like it, share it, to invite your friends, your not so friendly friends. Tell everybody that Mayegun today. It is brunch time with Mayegun. Amo today.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
The news is that because of Ogun State court judgment, which is like Ogun State court case that awarded 74.4 million euro to a Chinese company whose contract got terminated in Nigeria, in Ogun State, since 2016. So they went to court and they won. And now a French court has ordered that at least all of the Nigerian government properties in any maybe 500 radius mile are being confiscated, including Tifnumbu's at least expected presidential jet. Read the rest of the description, please. Share it if you haven't already. Gandollars Wife. Today. So good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun's Brunch Time live. It's just an intro. Few years back, 20 years ago, a man that later became the symbol of executive lawlessness, executive financial recklessness, corruption. If you are looking for, the image of corruption, if you are writing a thesis on corruption, or you are doing a research on corruption, and you need a cover photo of what, the moment you give the book to anybody, they will say, is this book about corruption? Gandollar. He was a member or a delegate to national conference called by Obasanjo in 2005. And Gandollar, who later became the deputy governor of Kano State, 8 years a governor of Kano State, and now the national chairman of APC, Egbekegbe. Number one, if you are not a criminal or you have a criminal record, you can never get anywhere closer to Tifnumbu. Go and take a look at everybody around him. So Gandollar, about 20 years ago, 19 years ago, Gandollar was a delegate at a national conference where they were discussing on how Nigeria should coexist, including how what should be the punishments for those who loot public treasury. Death sentence was Gandollar's proposition at the time. So that is where we are going to start today. Because you see, in Nigeria, when you have a BVN, what is your BVN, by the way? Biometric verification what? I don't know. Anyway, shall you have BV number, Abi? You have BVN. So this BVN is like a security kind of a check. Sure, you get, if you have a bank account, it is linked to all your stuff. Bank account, driver's license, phone number, your mobile number, stuff like that. Sure, you get. Meanwhile, the criminals in charge of Nigeria, especially Kano State, Ajia, you see this Ajia Natifo, Ajia Natifo. Now, this Ajia was the Gandollars wife, Kano State First Lady, for 8 years. It was her son that actually, dropped a card. Yeah, it was her son. On the level they looted Kano State. I don't know if this statement should be applicable to them. Gandollar called for death sentence at the National Conference, National Confab of Nigeria. Listen.
And the ICPC Acts allow offenses of corruption and financial crime to be bailable. This situation does not help the fight against corruption, Mr. Chairman. If a suspect standing trial for the offense of corruption is sure of his or her freedom or liberty when arraigned before a court of law, the fear of committing corruption is diminished. Moreover, an accused person standing trial for corrupt offense with his liberty and freedom can adopt every available means to frustrate prosecution of the case. In this respect, Mr. Chairman, I recommend that the offense of corruption and financial crime should be made non-bailable in our courts. The fear of remaining in prison custody during the period of trial in court can serve as deterrent to people that intend to commit offense of corruption. Also, Mr. Chairman, I recommend that high-level embezzlement of public funds and in financial institutions should attract death penalty, as obtained in countries like the People's Republic of China. Intervention number 2, Mr. Chairman. My second intervention is again on the report of the Anti-Corruption Reforms Committee. The committee recommended that you, Mr. Chairman, instead of asking them to pay you something, probably the government has to pay them for inconveniences. Even those who seem to be rich, their riches are affected by multiplier effects that will have legal implications. In my opinion, such investigations may be cumbersome. Authentic records may not be available, and the whole exercise may be bogged down by witch hunting, seemingly creating more problems than it could solve. In this respect, Mr. Chairman, I object to the investigation of the past executives with effect from 1966 as recommended by the Committee on Anti-Corruption Reforms. There are sufficient laws to deal with those having foreign accounts. Intervention number 3. Mr. Chairman, another intervention is on the report of the Committee on Human Rights and Social Security. The report of this committee recommended to the conference for government for the Federation to implement the report of the Human Rights Violation Investigation Commission, popularly known as APUTA panel. I respectively object to the demand that the conference should recommend to the government to implement the APUTA panel. Mr. Chairman, The Apunta panel was purely an administrative panel established by government in order to address individual and national grievances of the past and to offer reconciliation where possible. At this juncture, we must admit, and the IC.
That was Gandollar 19 years ago, before he was given the key to Kano State's treasury. And what did he do? I know he is famous for that dollar video that he was talking, price of dollar bills into his barbarica, while the journalist that was paying, the undercover journalist that was, covering that with his secret camera, made that public. You know what happened? This was the reason why Lamido Sanusi got removed as the emir. And then the emirate got broken into 5 by Gandollar. This was his own way of fighting back. But Gandollar was the only one you thought probably was looting. No, it was the entire family. His wife, the one where they wear hijab, this one, Ajia, they will tell you she is the symbol of motherhood. Every woman should try and be like, I bet those who are watching me from Kano right now probably called her or still call her mama, mommy, or mama. I don't know. What do you call her, Gia? Mama. And guess what? That woman, this woman, just because she is the wife of a governor, right? She was collecting over 100 million naira every month. That must be contributed and donated to 44 accounts, Baba. This woman opened 44 bank accounts because her husband was governor. 44 bank accounts for 44 local government areas of Kano. So each local government area has to pay something inside that bank account. And every month, a total of 124 million was what she gets every month. And that's just from that one is just like, contributions that they never have to, get paid off. That one is just to say, okay, all of you, mama need money, and mama go collect from your allocation before we give you the rest. Mama will take so and so. See, Barika de Sala, Ranka de Mandala, Ejeki Mamamu. So local government's money that they traced to her, and this 44. Baba, in her name, these are not just like a bank account in people's names. No. In her name, Guanzua Bikiloruko Gandollar. They will tell you, these are supposed to be the example of good women that are supporting their husband. And it was their son. It was her son. I was like, God knows, maybe not sharing formula cause wahala. It was the son that actually dropped the mother's pass to EFCC. So the husband is standing trial, and immediately after after he left the office of governor, Tifnumbu quickly made him the chairman of APC, so as to kind of protect him from anything that may be coming. Immediately they lost power in Kano. Kano State has one of the highest number of out-of-school children in Nigeria. The entire Kano State has over 2.8, nearly 3 million out-of-school children in Kano alone. Do you know what that 20 billion that they took from the local government areas could do? Somebody said that if they start giving that money to those who need medical care in Kano State alone, they can give each person 20,000 naira just to go and buy medication or what have you. And 1 million people, in fact, 500,000 people can be given 40,000 naira from that money. just to go and get medication. There is another one. That one is the commissioner for water resources or something. You know what that one did? That one opened two special accounts. I'm sorry, two companies. And these two companies, they have like about 6 different accounts. Now, he's the commissioner for water resources, Kano State. So, his own 2 companies that he opened, immediately he became commissioner. The 2 companies he opened started receiving contracts to supply diesel to all the water works in the states, you know, the water plants in the states. Even though they were collecting money to buy diesel, which was to pump water. And we are talking about every month writing the check of 300 million, 200 million for diesel. Kano State. Meanwhile, there is no running water in the entire Kano State, except the ones drilled by the people themselves. There is no government water in the entire Kano State. But for straight 8 years, these 2 companies, they were supplying diesel to the Kano Water Corporation, Kano State Water Corporation. That was their own contract. And that one enjoyed that. That one is running into over 80 billion naira. That out a singular guy as commissioner of water, that one looted. So now they've paid people on social media to go out there and try and, you know, say, oh, no lie. All of that is a lie. People don't believe them, right? And these were the people who believed that, what do you call it? Alcohol is haram. Drinking alcohol is haram. Give me all those dia haram. Book is haram. But when it comes to the pedophiles who are raping children in the name of marrying them in northern Nigeria, it is not haram. When it comes to kidnapping and raping women, even sodomizing children, boys, that's not haram. It doesn't really get them enraged. Looting the public treasury like this is not haram. But if you insult Muhammad, jihad, blood, kill them. You insulted our prophet. You insulted this or that. But things that really affect them, they have made them, they have sensitized them or so. That means they have made them so much like insensitive to what really should matter to them, but inconsequentials. While these thieves are parading themselves as their leaders. Unfortunate souls, they say. So Obasanjo said something about their greed. I'm coming back to Kano. And then Shehu Sani has come out. You know, they said that the salary of a senator officially was actually 750,000 naira. But now they said RMFAC or so, RAMFAC, they said the salary of a senator is 1 million naira, right? But what happened to other illegal allowances? So in their response to when Obasanjo said, you guys are so cool, you are so mean. Like you can see how the whole country is going, right? But you guys still had the audacity to increase your own salaries, allowances, and all of that. They said, no, Obasanjo is lying. They used their media to say, okay, how much you know they collect? It's 1 million naira. So now 1 million, because of 1 million naira, they kill people to become senators. Really? Here is a Shehu Sani's post on that.
Since 1999, since the restoration of democracy in Nigeria, we had a series of sessions of the National Assembly. And one thing that has remained shielded from the public knowledge has been the allowances, the payment, and the finances of the parliamentarians. And when I went to the Senate in 2015, I, first of all, was one of those on the field as an activist, always calling for the Senate to open its books and the need for transparency and openness for people, taxpayers particularly, to know how much their own representatives are earning. It was on the basis of that as a senator in 2017, I disclosed that I found out that my account was credited every month with 13.5 million naira. And that was separate from the salary, which at that time was 750,000. So when any person is elected into the parliament, whether as a senator or as a member of House of Reps, there are three categories of payments he receives. Yeah. The first one is the salary. During our time was 750, and then the 9th Senate was almost 850, and then this 10th Senate, they have 1 million. And then the second payment is the running cost of office. It is money that is credited to your own account, and you are expected to retire the items listed for the running cost. And at that time, we were given 13.5, and I think the 9th Senate, they had something like 15 or 16 million. And then now revealed by Kawu Smiler that they are on 21 million. And the third payment, a senator or member House of Reps get is the constituency projects funds. But in that case, you are not given this large sum of money because each legislator, it depends on the zones you come from. If you are from the Northwest, at least during our time, you get like 250 million per annum. But the differences between the salary, the running cost, and the constituency funds is that constituency funds are domiciled in a government agency, whether ministry, department, or agency of the federal government. And there you'll be told that you have such amount of money with us, and then you are going to submit a list of items you want that money to be spent on. So some senators will choose to build hospitals and schools, roads. Some will say they want to do empowerment programs in their own constituency and all sorts of things. And that has been the case. And then problem emerged when there was opacity in terms of no transparency in the way the constituency funds were managed. So for that, there was an innovation introduced during the Buhari administration that ICPC was mandated to monitor those projects. So, but the point is that I don't think the ICPC has that manpower and the time to go the whole country looking for projects that were executed by a senator. So basically, what Kawu Smiler did was to simply second what I did many years ago by disclosing the amount. So when I had the Resource Mobilization and Physical Allocation Commission making claims that senators are only given 1 million naira, and I saw that in the statement which they made, they mentioned my name, refuting what I said. But I'm happy that Kawu Smiler has vindicated me, and I insisted that running cost is also part of the payment to a senator because it is not credited to the account of your office, it's credited to your personal account. So how will you separate that? And I heard what he was saying, that legislation should be asked, where does the money come from? Well, if I am a senator and money comes to me, it's not for me to be asking where the money comes from, as far as my account is credited and I have to do what I need to do. I think the issue now is that this matter has brought more light to the conversation on the need.
Country where no get money. You are hearing it, Abi. You, their voters, their constituents. Yeah, we are paid 1 million, then maybe 21 million, then another 13 million. Then annually, they also give us money called the constituency project allowance. Shebi, they told you that they never see the money, they don't touch the money. Now the money get paid into their bank account straight up. So they will now say, okay, tell us what you want to do with your own money. So a senator can just be like, I want to buy grinding machine, but there is no electricity. It doesn't matter. Okay, let us buy the one with Tata Pupu. I want to buy, I want water buckets for my constituents. Then the rest of the money, you can just go and flex, and others can just take it and never even announce it. So here is what